I can't watch. I can't watch. If Norris runs out of fuel on the last corner. He's at 0.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 22. And we're currently on season 23. Well, 2023. We're on the 23 season. We're on the second season of the game. And if you've been following along since the beginning of this season, if you haven't been, go check them out. The videos, the previous videos. Go to race 1 of the new season, because I will tell you, it's been incredible. Now, I wanted to say, you know, I started off this game, I didn't have a clue what to do. We never played F1 Manager, the original, or any of these type of games. Like Football Manager, any of that. And the first season, we were just learning how to play. We chose McLaren because it was like right in the middle. Didn't want it to be too easy, didn't want it to be too hard. And we got really close. We got a podium or two. We never won a race. But now, we're in the next season. We've got a brand new driver, which is George Russell, as well as Lando Norris. I think it's a great little duo. And we've won every single race. Not just won every single race. A couple races we came 1-2. Some of them 1-3. I think one of them we came 1-4. But we've won every single race. Not with the same driver. Russell has won one. But it's been insane. It's been insane. Last video, if you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend you watch at least the last video, because it was such a roller coaster. You know, you really see how strategies work in this game. Like, it's not just about, you know, getting the right... Well, it's everything. It really is. It's everything comes into one. Getting the right team, making sure you purchase the right parts for your vehicles, making sure that you manually do, you know, qualifying and practice laps, and then making sure you watch the race. You can't really skip ahead the race. You know how you can go like times 15 speed? You can't really do that in the race. I wouldn't go any faster than times 2, and I haven't done, because there's so many little adjustments you can do with ERS and the pace that really change the game. And I think that's why we've won every race, alongside tires. Tire management, man. Like, making sure you get the right tires, and, you know, that's why I've been saying recently, I love wet races. I love when it rains, because I feel like managing, that's where, like, I feel like the AI isn't just so AI, right? Like, you can really make a difference. And that last race I did, it was insane at proving that. So if you haven't seen the last race, go check it out. But one of the things I wanted to talk about too is somebody in the comments on one of my latest videos was like, hey, you know, I'm doing McLaren 2, I love the game. He said he had a great the first season, you know, he said he got a few podiums. And then he said he thought he was going to go to the next season as well, like me, and just smash it. And he said he's not. He said he's like 17th, 18th. Like, he doesn't know what's gone wrong. And in all honesty, like, the only thing I could assume, and I haven't heard back from him, I did respond asking him, but is either the research, because as you know, you have to do research. At the beginning, I didn't really understand research very well. I researched a few things, but that research goes for next season. So maybe the things I researched helped me out a lot. So it could be that. It could be... You know, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Like, I really don't know how I'm doing so well. Like, none of the settings have changed. It has to be, like, the research. I also got Russell, like I said. And that's really all I can think about. All I can think of, sorry. That would make such a difference, I guess. The other thing I've mentioned is that it seems like our team, my team right now, we started off insane. And we're still, I mean, last race was a 1-2 finish. Honestly, it was such a good race. But I do feel like our qualifying is going downhill. Which is unfortunate. We started off qualifying like 3rd and 5th, and now it's dropping down. Last race, the race that we just came 1-2, Russell didn't even qualify. Well, he got to like Q2, but he didn't get to Q3, and our drivers keep dropping. So, you know, the AI, obviously, as we build our team, right, and we upgrade our car parts, the AI is also upgrading their car parts, and I feel like it's getting tougher. Whereas maybe our research helped us out at the beginning, maybe they didn't research, but now they're catching up to us. And I feel such a huge amount of stress because it's a game. I'm not like super stressed, but it's a lot of pressure to win a race. Like, whereas before we were just trying to get up, just to get in the points so we can be fourth in the constructors. And now we've won every single race. It's like, if I don't win, if we're second, it's going to be a disappointment. Which is something I got to think about and be like, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Last race, in all honesty, I thought we weren't even going to finish top 10. If you've seen it, like I say, it was an insane roller coaster of a race, but I didn't even think we were going to finish top 10. Even halfway through, even 3/4 of the way through, I didn't think we were going to finish top 10. Even towards the last, like, 5-10 laps, I didn't think we were going to finish top 10. But we ended up with a 1-2 finish. And that was all because of tire strategy. I don't think that had anything to do with anything else other than tire strategy. And the other interesting thing about this game is, you know, when I first started playing in the first season, I know I'm rambling a little bit here, but I just wanted to talk about it. We're like, you know, 5 races in, and I just wanted to give some feedback on it. But also, when I first started in the first season, I honestly had no idea how to play the game, you know, so obviously I'd go on YouTube and I'd look up, you know, how to qualify better, how to get better at doing the setup so we can get closer to 100%, how to do... And in all honesty, none of that, like, helped at all. And honestly, the main reason was because the people that were doing these videos, how to qualify, you know, higher, and how to, you know, get your setup better, they were all in Ferrari and Red Bull. I was just like, you know... You're telling me how to qualify better when you're in the fastest cars on the grid, you know? You're talking about how to get the setup better. For those of you who don't know the setup, you know, if you put a lot of points into your, like, engineers and things, then the setup will be faster. It'll be faster at getting to that 5 out of 5, and it's just easier. So, you know, when you're watching these videos of people with Ferraris and, you know, not Astons, Red Bull, I just couldn't do it, right? It seemed pointless to me. So I started, you know, towards the end of Season 1, watching streams, right? I was like, okay, who's the top streamers in F1 Manager that actually know F1 Manager and are not just big streamers that are trying the game, right? And some of them were like, you know, esports for F1, you know, not in F1 Manager, but F1, you know, 2022, esports for like Mercedes and whatever. And watching them, some of them was really interesting, but some, like, I remember I watched, the last stream I watched was like a week ago, I think. And it was this guy who literally, I don't know his name, but he does, like, this is his thing, right? And I was watching it, and I was watching the race. I missed the setup and all of that. But this is why I'm saying this, because tire management and not speeding up the game is so important, right? And this guy, you know, he had, I think, about like 700-800 people watching, and I looked at his bio and it was all about like F1 and F1 Manager, so I'm like, okay, this guy streams this stuff. And I was watching this race, and it was his tire management, and like, I remember watching it and I was just like, does he know something I don't? Because seems awful. Like, I'm like, why? It was during like a wet track as well, like with the rain. And like, he was pushing. I mean, you learn from your mistakes in this game. But like, he was staying on slicks during the rain. And I know obviously that could be a strategy if you don't want to pit, right? If it's only going to rain for like, you know, 2 laps, it's like, okay, maybe push through on slicks. But it said it was raining for like 20 laps. And it just confused the hell out of me. And so basically, the reason I'm saying this is because the only way I feel like to get good at this game is trial and error. Like, you can't really, or I haven't been able to watch any YouTube videos and get any anything beneficial. Not saying what they're doing is bad, but, you know, again, if you're watching how to qualify better, and you're watching somebody that's racing as Red Bull, they're gonna come first, second, third, fourth, anyway. Like, nothing you know, I want to see someone show me how to qualify better with, you know, Williams or, you know, McLaren or Alfa Romeo, not Ferrari and Red Bull. But yeah, so I was just saying that, and the reason I say it is because I don't know if there's people following along at home or people that are, you know, going to get into this game and, you know, want to have any tips or tricks or anything like that. I think I might do a video if anyone's interested, or maybe to, like, once I've finished this season, just sharing things that I've learned. Because a lot of the things I've learned in this game that do work are complete opposites of all these videos I keep seeing. And obviously, because I watched a few of these in my first season, trying to get, you know, understand the game more, now I get them recommended from time to time, and even the ones I get recommended, I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I try not to watch them, but I see the, obviously, clickbait thumbnail, and I'm like, really? Something you click on it, and it's just like, this is just awful. So, that's what I just wanted to say that at the beginning, just because, you know, I feel like I'm having a pretty decent season right now. And there is probably people that are following along, or people that are thinking about getting the game, and, you know, all I'm saying is trial and error, you know, realistically in a game like this. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's just get into the game. This is going to be our 6th race. Like I say, I just talked about last race, absolutely incredible. Go watch it if you haven't. But obviously I said at the end of the last video, we do have some stuff coming up here. So I just hit fast forward and boom! We have our new suspension. So, let's take a look at what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. So obviously our drivers, we have a 1-2. As far as the constructors, we're at 204. We're smashing it. So let's see. Let's check out our emails here real quick. So the memorabilia room is in poor condition. I'm going to have to refurbish it, or do we... Well, let's just refurbish it. I have to. I don't want anything in poor condition. Just because it does hurt your race or when you're doing upgrades and stuff, right? Okay, so is this the facility? It's my duty to inform you that the team simulator is currently in poor condition. The team has been complaining about the current state. Refurbish the facility, get it back up to cutting edge. I mean, I know this is expensive if I want to upgrade it. It definitely helps. But 15 million. I hope that I had this in good condition when I just did my suspension. I can't honestly remember. But that's only that shouldn't harm the race. So weather sensor is in poor condition. This is important. Can I refurbish this? How much is the weather center? Oh, we're upgrading it right now. Yeah, we're upgrading it. Relax, forget about it. So yeah, I decided to upgrade the weather center because obviously, you know, I've really been enjoying racing in poor conditions, and that's something that, yeah, okay. And that's something that's going to help out a lot, making sure you have the most accurate weather forecast available. Okay, so anyway, suspension design, here it is. Let's go ahead and manufacture. We have to have this before next race. So if we look at our calendar, our next race is right here. We're going to the Spanish Grand Prix. And obviously, if we build this right now, it's not going to be ready in time, especially for 2. So what we're going to have to do is order 2 of them. So it's the suspension right here. So manufacture, we're going to do emergency, and we're going to do 2. Because it's going to be expensive, but I need 2 of them before the next race. Okay? So now that we've done that, now I can click this again and go manufacture, and I can just go normal to 2. So we have 2 extra. Okay, and those will take 10 days, that's fine. So now install on car 1, install on car 2. Let's show the performer, I'll show rank on grid. See the difference. So I've done it the opposite way around here, but you can see this is going to be huge. This is making us from 8th to 3rd in top speed, 12th to 9th in acceleration, 4th to 1st in low speed, 6th to 5th, 4th to 1st, 8th to 3rd. Well, you can see it for yourself. But that's where the interesting thing is, because, like I say, I feel like the other teams are catching up to us. And if you remember, like, the first few races of this season, we were first in basically, like, all of the cornering and dirty air cornering and DRS. I mentioned it all the time when I was racing. I remember saying, like, oh, DRS, we're supposed to be first on the grid, how are people passing us? Now, you can see we weren't before we just got this new part. We were 4th, 6th, 8th, 4th. So we definitely are going down while other teams are going up. So we need to continuously get new parts on the go. So as far as... Let's go to development. I could, like, new project. If I click this, you can see I don't have anything left now for another month. I could do something without any ATR, without any wind tunnel, sorry, and any of this, but it's not going to be that great. And I've mentioned this in a video before, like, I don't know if it makes that much of a difference, but, you know, I would love to get, what was it I said? Was it the side pods or something? You can see, like, old, new, design focus. Let's say we go for race. I mean, this is a huge difference. And you can see if we show rank on grid, like, this is making a big difference. And this isn't without any, putting any hours in the wind tunnel or anything like that. So I don't know if it's worth it or if it's not worth it. That's where I'm still kind of confused. Because now I have nothing building. And am I going to wait 44 days? Or should I do something? Let's actually see what parts. Go back, go back. So the chassis, we could do with a new chassis. Front wing, we could do with a new front wing. Rear wing, side pods, we're on the 2nd gen. Underfloor, 2nd gen. Suspension, 2nd gen. So really, front wing, chassis, and rear wing. So if we go to car parts, development, front wing, chassis, and rear wing. So it's these three, right? So front wing is going to help with the cornering, chassis is going to help with top speed and engine cooling, which is kind of important. And then this is for DRS and stuff. So do I do one just for the hell of it? Right? We can't put any hours into it at all. So if we go design focus, let's go show on grid. So if we go balance, that's going to help out acceleration and medium speed. If we go optimize, that's going to be acceleration, medium speed. Low speed, that's going to help out. It's not low speed is not going to help out this at all, but it will help acceleration and medium speed. And then if we go to high speed performance, it's going to drop our low speed from 1st to 2nd. It'll help the acceleration, it'll help the DRS, and it'll help medium speed and dirty air. So, yeah, what do we do, basically? Do we spend money on developing this? Engineers. So I can put engineers in, but I can't put hours in. Let's do intense. It costs more money, but it does. I think your team's expertise in rear wing development will increase at a fast rate, greatly improving all future rear wing projects. So we'll just do it. It's going to take 41 days. But here's the thing. This will complete in 41 days, and then we'll have all of our things back to full in 41 days. So then I can do another thing. I mean, let's just do it. I don't know if it's going to make much difference, to be completely honest with you, but we'll do it. Okay, let's check the cars, actually. The powertrains were good. Car 2, we're good. The ERS I'm worried about. It's going to start struggling. But everything else seems to be fine. The drivers, we have no points. I always check the points because I don't want to go into a... Sometimes you miss it. He has some. Let's go to smoothness for you, my guy. And then staff. Always got to check the staff. See? Development points. So, I think we'll put it into... Maybe side pods, just so we can get all of them up into the 80s. Head of aero got nothing. Race engineers got nothing. And race engineers got nothing. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's it. So what we'll do is... So we've done this. Oh, we haven't done that yet. Why is it not emailed me? Let's go. Let's just skip ahead. Then I should get the email. Okay, race preview. You can pause this if you want to read it, but it's very repetitive at the moment because we just keep winning. So let's go see. 66 laps. Let's go to race prep. It says we've checked these off, but we clearly haven't. So qualifying position, 8th with at least 1, we'll do that. Q3 with at least 1, we'll do that. We've been doing all of these and being pretty successful at it. Fastest lap, finish position with elite 8th. I mean, we'd be stupid not to. This is going to be a nice big payout after this race, at least for the finish position streak. We'll get 1.3, 1.6 million, 1.365 million. 1.3 million. We finished 3 races in a row with at least 10th. I feel confident with that. And this last race, and then qualified 10th or higher for 4 races in a row with at least 1 driver. Yeah, this one's getting to proven to be pretty difficult, but we'll continue. So that's it. We're all set. So let's go ahead to race weekend. So I've been talking a lot at the beginning of this, so I'll obviously cut all of this out. All of the practice run anyway, at least. Let's skip. I may actually get the qualifying out of this video too, just because I've been talking a lot at the beginning, just to keep it shorter. Because the qualifying, you know, as you guys, if you've been watching, I feel like there's not much I can do to make it any better than it already is. Like, I can choose when to send. I'll show you the results of the qualifying, but I feel like watching me qualify now has got to the point where you don't need it. If you would like to see qualifying, let me know in the comments if you want me to keep that in, but I'll take it out for this race just so I can, you know, speed this up a little bit. So, obviously, what we're going to do is I'm going to skip through Friday and Saturday, and I'll meet you guys after Saturday's qualifying before the race. But first of all, before we even get into anything, I like to see what we're getting into here. So we have 2 DRS zones, one on the starting grid, and then one, basically 50-50 halfway through. Right, where's this bloody thing gone? Oh, right here. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So one on sector 1, one on sector 2. So let's see. The weather looks like it's going to be great. There's not going to be any rain, which I'm sad. I like the rain. I'm sure it'll be there at good old Silverstone here eventually. Sections by speed. So a lot of straight, fast, slow, and medium. Yeah, we're okay with that. So acceleration's important, medium speed's important, and medium speed, which is good because we have medium speed in both. Time considerations, we won't look at this. The compound is interesting. So for this, you're looking at about 14, because I'm right in the middle, about 14 laps for soft, 22, 23 for hards, about 20 for mediums. Expected strategies. Now, I obviously prefer a one-stop strat. And we may try and do that. I don't think it's going to work. But we'll look when we get into the actual race weekend, or the race day, on what our tire strategy is going to be. But it's definitely not going to be... I don't think it'll be... soft. I don't know. Looking at that gives me anxiety, so we're not going to worry about that. So previous race results was Ferrari, 1-2 finish. Okay. Historic results. Okay, so this was actually with me, right? This was last season. So I came 6th last season, and Ricardo came 8th. So now we have a better team. I'm hoping to get higher up there. And let's see, powertrain, well, who cares about that? Okay, I think we're ready, guys. So I'll meet you guys back here just after qualifying, which will be about, I'm guessing, close to an hour for me. Realistically, 45 minutes. And then for you guys, it'll be a second, though. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. What did we say at the beginning of this video that we need to work on? What have I been saying? And look, this is how we just finished our qualifying. P1 and P3, my first pole position. Like... So, I'll explain to you guys what happened. So, in the practice, it was awful. We could only get Russell to 91, and I didn't want to tweak it anymore because it was just taking up his time. I wanted him to get full 100% track acclimatization, and Norris didn't even get that. He got like 80-something. Oh, no, sorry, he got like 91%. But we got Norris to 100% track acclimatization. Insane. And first of all, the first, like, 2 practice runs, I couldn't get him above 80, like, 2. And then I did 1 tweak in the 3rd practice, and I got him to 100, right? So anyway, going to qualifying, obviously smashed it in qualifying, as you guys can see. Verstappen actually didn't even qualify. He's starting off in, what's that, 14th? First time in pole, so this is awesome. So the one thing I did differently this time is I didn't manually do any of it. So I manually did the qualifying, you know how, so I can set when they go out on track. I did that, but usually I'd let the AI kind of automatically do the first run, and then the second one I do manually. But this time I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna let them both run automatic, and we got first place and third place. So this, I'm excited for this race, you know. We got Lewis Hamilton behind us, but if any of the past races are any consolation, we're not too worried about Mercedes. Okay, Ricciardo finished 7th. But Red Bull, man, starting off down here. But if we know anything about Verstappen in real life, we know that he can come from that position. 14th, he did last 2 weekends ago, and came first in real life. So we're good, we're happy. We're going into this, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe it. I can't even believe it.
And final preparations are underway.
McLaren's performance during qualifying was stellar.
It was stellar. I appreciate it. It was really stellar. Okay, so this is my favorite part, right? Getting ready for the race. So you can see if we go to practice, we were 9th and 10th, 10th and 12th, 13th and 14th, and then qualifying, we smashed it. We absolutely smashed it. In Q3, which is where we needed it the most, we got the fastest lap, so that's awesome. So as far as this qualifying is concerned, we've checked off. We got the 315 grand, right? Now we just need to... Did I not do a position gain? After qualifying, you were able to offer a performance guarantee to your sponsors. Have I never noticed this before now? All this money I've been missing out on, man. Where you predict how many positions your drivers will climb. Well, I think it's stupid to do that because I can have third to second, but car 2, second to first, we're already in first. I'm not gonna do it, just because. Screw it. Why not? We're all in, ladies and gentlemen. We're all bloody in. Okay, so reports. We already know, but the one thing is this again, right? We gotta keep in mind this is a weird strategies. So I need to get into this so we can figure out what we're gonna do here. So let's do Norris first, because I always know we like to start him on hard tires, right? So current tires says 57%. This is what confuses the hell out of me, man. Like, I always try and make it so I have 2 sets of full softs for the race day, and then it starts you off on 57% tires. What the freaking hell is that? So I'll have to change that around until we get a better tire, because I know I have at least 1 or 2 sets of softs. Anyway, no rain. No rain is predicted. So let's go ahead. Let's just go to C. Let's just go C. We'll start him off on hards. Pushing. Why does it say 57%? Nah. If I say hard here, and then put this on hard. How does this make any sense? How do I have hard tires at 57%? I'm so confused. So I had 2 sets of hards, right? One of them said it was locked until race day. So I used one of them for the practice lap so we can get them, you know, so they don't have to pit as often so they can stay on track. And now they're not letting me use the tire that said it was locked until race day. So if I say hard, I can't do 2 hards because I only have 1 hard and it's the 57% one. This is going to be a disaster. I don't know how this has even happened. So hards may be kind of pointless if we're at 57%. I'm so confused. Why is it at 57%? Current tires, 57%. Did I say soft or I go wet? I'm confused as hell. Let's go on non. Now it says 100%. Why, if I choose a strategy, does it say 57%? This has got to be a bug, right? I'm just going to freaking ignore it, because that can't be anything real. So let's say if we can only do one hard, right? So let's see. Let's remove this stint. I could technically do a one-stop strategy, but if I go fast, we're kind of screwed because I've got to conserve the tires. Like, this is preferable, and this is possible. But that means we're going to be one lap where we're going to go really slow. But it's only a one stop. I would rather go slow and lose like 5 seconds than do a 30-second, 23-second pit stop, right? So let's go with this strat, right? And if I slow down towards the end, that can go up. If I slow down on this one a little bit, it's perfect. So we're going to go with a one-stop strategy, which by the looks of it, no one else is going to do. Now, for Russell, I usually do the opposite. So I'll do, let's see. If I go... Just delete. If we go hard, oh no, medium, right? And then do hard at the end. It's gonna be like right here. Now the fact that others are doing 2 stops kind of worries me. Is it the temperatures, right? Is that what we have to look at here? Is the temperatures going to be so hot these tires are going to wear down faster? I don't know. But let's just go ahead and let's look at the track. Track grip. It goes up pretty quick. The rubber gets really high. So it means the tires are going to wear quickly, right? So why are they using... 2-stop strategy? There's got to be a reason for it. But when we look at, I'll look at it in a second. Let me just, okay, so track temperature's 41, tires normal, okay. So let's say, what the hell have I just done? Let's say you're on A, right? If I just go back to race prep to the tire compounds. So this is a 66 lap race, right? 66 laps. But they're saying even the hard tire can only go 27 max. At 27 and 27, I know I'm no mathematician, but that's not 66. So maybe it is a 2-stop race. Which I'm fine with, but why you would think that this would update them. But if this can only go 27, that's like here. Right? So it's like here. So it would have to be here where we'd pit, and then we've got all this extra time. Then we go medium. And the medium could only go how many laps, did it say? I think it said the mediums go... Can't remember. Let's have a look. So, let's say 25. This is going to be a pain in the ass. And then we'll go soft at the end. But I don't honestly, this is like completely messed me up. So I guess we'll keep him on this. We could do no strategy and just wing it. Which is what I think we'll do with George Russell. Yeah, let's just keep it at this. It's going to be weird, but...
It's a somewhat overcast day for the drivers, who've now taken position on the grid.
There's no rain, though. There's no rain scheduled. I'll pause it right away, as always.
It's the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out
Lights out right off the bat.
Go.
because I always forget to do this. Okay, so you're going to go into overtake because you want to get into second. Norris, you're going to go attack, and we'll just keep you on. We'll put you on deploy, actually. Now, let's watch Norris, since he is in pole. Hamilton, I think that car's faster accelerating, so we'll see. This is going to be interesting. Alright, lights out, and away we go.
Let's try and push up.
Yeah, Roger.
Russell's caught me.
That was good.
Alright, so Russell has now taken... Let's have a little Russell cam.
And McLaren.
Okay, so Russell go in defend.
Pack available if you need to defend.
1-2, ladies and gentlemen. Good
Yeah.
job, Russell. Good job, Russell. What I could do with Russell is hold back cars behind, just because I'm a dick, and get Norris as far ahead as possible. He is on deploy. Let's speed this up, since, I mean, the position we're in is, you know, it is what it is. Curious to see how long these tires are going to last. Let's do a couple laps here. If Russell, see, he's a second behind me now. If he can successfully hold people back, we'll get it. We'll get Norris as far ahead as possible. So if we do have to make, you know, decisions on the fly about pits, we'll be able to do that. I mean, Verstappen's in 13th place, so I'm not too worried. We're almost 2 seconds behind now for Russell. Okay, Hamilton will put you into neutral. Okay, let's check the tyre management.
Seems to have been a lockup.
Okay, so some are on hard, some are on mediums. It's pretty across the board.
DRS is enabled.
Pretty across the board. So, no one can use DRS on me being Norris, because we are so far ahead. Which is a good thing. So we'll chill here for a bit. Who does need to worry is good old Russell. So let's keep an eye on him. I mean, his strategy here is to hold back the cars behind. And he's doing a pretty decent job at it, to be completely honest. The only thing that would screw this up is, you know, a yellow flag, you know. But he's doing a pretty decent job at it. Let's look at tyre wear. 95, 94. I mean, these guys are 80s already. Verstappen's at 95. Okay, so everyone's pretty even on the tyre wear. Alright, so DRS. Did he see DRS? Oh, DRS is enabled. So we have a DRS strip we just went through. And then the next one coming up here as well. Put him on harvest for a little bit.
Recharge on.
Just in case anything happens. Alright, we're going into DRS. Right around this corner. Let's see what we've got behind us. Alright, DRS is activated for Hamilton. Can't take him. Perez is coming up really quick though. Okay, so we'll put you into neutral. I should have done that earlier, to be completely honest. Because I don't want him losing too much. If I put him in harvest, what's going to happen? Are we going to get past?
Recharge on.
Yeah, copy, all good.
I mean, we have Perez sneaking up on us here. Yeah, let's go back into neutral.
Okay, recharge off.
So Russell's holding back 3 seconds now. This is perfect. Do I feel bad for Russell? No, because he could still come in first. If anything, you know. This is anyone's game. But we'll keep him in neutral. That was a DRS zone that we're not able to pass. We are holding up pretty much the entirety. No one's getting ahead! No one's getting ahead of us. Come on, almost 4 seconds. Alright, let's put him on standard. Let's keep him cool.
Just be careful with this tyre.
Yeah, confirm.
Let's keep him cool. Alright, the DRS here. He's not able to shake us even without defend on. But Perez is going to go for it. Oh no, that was a fail from Perez. I thought, I mean, it's going to happen. Look at it. It's going to happen. Perez is going to... Is he not? There it is. There it is. Alright, so now we're having to hold back Perez, which I think... Ah! It's these guys want... Look at the train of people behind us. ERS is fully charged. Perfect. This is going to be an interesting race. This is the first time, like I say, that we've had pole position, right? So...
And a recharge off is okay, please. Recharge off is okay.
So we want to try out new strategies. Yeah. And this is a strat. Okay. Overtake.
I think there's been a lock-up.
This is a strategy that we've done in races prior.
Yeah, copy. There's only so much I can do.
This is a strategy we've done in races prior.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Ugh, good lad, good lad. We've done this strategy prior. If I can actually...
Good job, good job.
How far ahead are we? I was going to see if I can get a second ahead of Hamilton and get both of our cars super far ahead. But that just means Hamilton will start catching up to us. So, like, eh. But yeah, I've done this strategy before in the past when we've got to this position in first and second. I've used Russell to hold back the rest of the grid, basically. To make sure that we can definitely get first. Now, this race will be a little bit different since we're starting out in this position. So it's not like we're doing anything new here. Is that Norris that's just ahead? No. Who's that that's ahead? That's not Magnussen, right? Surely. So yeah, we're just doing the strategy from the start, which I don't know how entertaining it is. Well, that's what we're going for. So let's put you down to standard 2. Who is that right ahead of us? That's got to be Magnussen, right? Is he getting passed already on 7 laps in? I like that there's 2 DRS zones. You know, we're going to put him back to hold back cars behind because he is catching up to us. Which is not his role. Right now, we need to have him slow down the people. So if we span off, or if we had an emergency tire scenario. It's alright, I'm not even going to use DRS or anything here. We're just going to see if we can... Oh, not DRS, ERS. We're right on the straight. So here comes DRS. Okay. Interesting. Let's do it again. We have another DRS zone coming up in a second. We're not pushing our pace. We're not using ERS. We're just going to see. There we go again. No. Okay. We'll try ERS again without me, you know, touching it. Let's see what's going to happen here. Alright, here comes DRS and open. No. Okay. So we're going to have to push him into overtake on the next DRS zone. Which we don't have a lot of ERS charged up here, but I don't... like. What the hell just happened there? Alright, let's use overtake. Get out of these corners. Interesting. I mean, good on you, Hamilton. But Hamilton's pissed. He really wants to catch up to Norris. He's not happy that we left all that behind. Okay, we're out now. So this needs to be a DRS overtake. There we go. Put you in harvest for a little bit. Okay, well, we had a little bit of fun there. We caught up. I mean, Hamilton caused us to catch up a second on those, like... No!
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
You can't turn the engine on? Norris is not DNF. I swear, this game. It would only do that when I get pole position and I'm leading by that much. Because look at his pace. His pace standard. We're not pushing him on fuel. We're in neutral. And now he's not moving.
We can take a look now. Watch this. We're looking at Lando Norris. And that spin is undoubtedly going to cost them time.
Alright, Norris is back racing. What can we do? Alright, let's go into overtake. Luckily, Russell's been holding them all up, right? So, now Russell... See, what did I say? Russell's been holding them back, though. So, we're not too far behind with Norris. But we are behind Verstappen now. Who the hell just passed me? That's a Mercedes. I haven't been lapped.
It's a race position gained for a Mercedes.
Oh, I'm looking at Russell. There we go. Okay. Interesting. I swear this game's like AI. It's just like, okay, you're in first position, you're a pole. Spin him off! This will be a great comeback. And in all honesty, I think it's a possibility. I mean, Russell's not quite as quick as Norris, so, you know, this will be interesting. But we need Norris. There we go. Let me check the weather, because surely it said it's not raining. It's not raining. Okay, Norris has gained a position. 4 seconds! 4 seconds behind Bottas. How are we going to make that up? Everyone else is so close because I held them all up. Do we go deploy? Let's do it. We've got to catch up. I've held them all back so much that they're all only like... They're not that far ahead. Okay, now Russell's fully charged. So he can go into overtake for a little bit. In all honesty, I forgot that I had Russell on recharge, so that's why we've lost this position. Norris is in 10th. There we go. Okay, let's go into neutral. We can go into attack here for a little bit. And then Norris, we need it. He's already caught up 2 seconds since we put him in deploy.
Gain a position.
You can see him right ahead of us. See, this though is why you can't go times 16 speed. Because you have to monitor everything. Okay, Norris is now 3 seconds ahead of Vettel, so, I mean, we are catching up to Bottas. Bottas is also 2.5 seconds behind Verstappen, though. I mean, do we have to pit? I mean, we do have to pit, but we are going to push as hard as we can. Who's going to need to pit soon? No one? This is interesting. I feel confident that we're going to be able to get back up to at least a podium. But the fact that the game spun us out when we were like 4 seconds ahead in pole position qualifying makes me think that it's like an AI thing. Like there's triggers, right? If something goes a certain way, there's probably a chance percent in there where, you know, Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a chance thing. Because that, to me, the fact that we've never spun off before like that. I mean, we've gone wide and things like that, but we've never spun off. And to do it when we were in pole position and ahead by so far, I think the game's probably like, okay, we need to even this out a little bit. He started in pole. He's way too far ahead. This is probably way too easy. Let's throw a wrench in there. I genuinely feel that. I'm not just being salty that I've spun out. Because that doesn't really make sense. Okay, now Archon is 2 seconds behind Verstappen. Why is everyone going so much slower now, man? Just let me catch up. We'll catch up. Verstappen's on fastest lap. No surprise there. What's he doing? He's racing Alonso right now. Look at him. Here comes his DRS. Dude, if you can't take an Alpine, we're going to be able to catch up to you, no problem. Alright, well, there's not much we can do at this point. Except hope. We're in striking distance of Ocon now. The two Alpines are very close. Verstappen has taken Alonso. Verstappen's climbing the ladder. Russell's holding on though. Russell's doing a good job. Like I say, I don't mind if Russell comes first. It's not about, you know, this is a team game. It's, you know, F1 manager. We just need to win constructors, so I don't mind which driver comes in first. I would like Norris to win the championship just because I've had him since the beginning and he's been great. But we don't need him to win. Alright, there we go. We're in top 10, number 9. Everyone seems to be getting further and further and further
McLaren
away.
with a great overtake.
We're now 2.5 seconds behind Alonso. And then Verstappen is 2 seconds behind Sainz. Like, this is like a pit stop length of time almost that we're going to have to make up here. Just to get ourselves back up. Sainz is in the pits. So he was on soft. Okay, the 50s are probably going to pit, and he's going on to mediums. Alright. We're on hards here, so I should be able to get ahead. What was my strategy? We're going to go on to mediums. I've still got, you know, 10 laps left in me, I think. Come on. What are we at? 1.2 seconds. We need to get into DRS. Almost. Norris just did the fastest lap. Okay, now we're in striking zone. And Verstappen is in striking distance too. Verstappen's been having a hard time with Alonso. Here's Verstappen. Alonso just took Verstappen. So our main rival here, as always, you see, it doesn't matter where we start on the grid. Our main rival is always Verstappen. I don't know why they threw that spin in there, man. Alright. Come on. I'm not going to go into overtake. We're just going to stay in neutral. I mean, we've caught up a decent amount. Just as we are, that I feel like we can do this. It's a 1-2 overtake. Unlucky Verstappen. Oh man, smashing it.
McLaren are flying now.
Yeah, we are. I just opened my window a little bit. Oh, blinds. We're in 6, P6. Verstappen is now 2 seconds behind, or 2 seconds behind us. What's going on with Red Bull, man? I mean, he didn't get into Q3 in qualifying. He's not doing a great job of catching up. Perez is now pitted. Alright, are all the softs pitted now? They have. Norris is now in 4th. We've entered pit window with Norris. But we're going to keep going. Because we're doing, like I say, the game said that you could only do 27 laps on this tyre.
Yeah, it was a good job.
Where that is not the case at all. Look at this. Like, look at this. Look at this.
McLaren gain a position.
So the game was wrong. I'm going to stick to try and do a one-stopped pit, in all honesty. Alright, we're 6 seconds behind now. Ricardo has not pitted. But we need to catch up to Hamilton. I could have Russell try and slow him down, but I would rather catch up than have him slowed down to me. Because then everyone behind me is going to catch up too, and I don't want that. Let's see. When are the Mercedes going to pit? I don't know. Not a clue. Alright. Let's keep her going. Speed it up again. Interesting, though. I mean, it's, you know, I guess that's the good thing about this game. Hamilton's pitted. Did not think that was going to happen. Did not think that was going to happen at all. His tires were not that bad. His tires were not that bad. Alright, so we're not in striking zone. Ricardo cannot get us. So he can't use DRS. So now I just need to catch up to Russell. And have some teamwork going on here. See, I mean, we made it back to a 1-2. We haven't pitted yet, but we made it back to a 1-2. Just the roles have been reversed. It's almost as if the roles literally reversed. Now it's Norris holding back the people behind. Everyone is pitting. Which is confusing, man. You can't... They're not going to do a one-stop strategy pitting early, obviously. But Russell's at 54%. He's not going to be able to get up to 33. Russell's on mediums. We're not going to pit yet. There's no reason to pit. We're not going to pit when I said I was going to pit, that's for sure. We're not going to pit here. It'll probably be closer to 30 in all honesty. If I can do 33 laps, which I don't think I'm going to be able to do another 8 laps. But if I can, it'll be a one-stop strategy. And if that's the case, you know, I mean, Russell's going to struggle. He's not going to be able to do that many laps, that's for sure. He's not going to be able to do another 8 laps. They're so far behind. I could pit right now. I could pit Russell right now, and it'd still come out like at a decent place. So we're probably going to have to pit Russell. But I can't really put him on hards, because he's not going to make it till the end of the race. No, we'll put him on hards, and then the last stint can be mediums. Which is probably what we're going to do. Russell's going to go medium, then soft. Yeah. So he's pushing... Why is the fuel so low as well? We're not going to make it to the end of the race with the fuel like this. I don't know what's going on this race. I really don't. This has been a confusing one, because the tires... way outlasting what they said they were going to do. I should have just stuck to my guns, because the tires are doing much better than the game said they were going to do. But now, fuel! Like, we literally don't have enough fuel to get to the end of the race. At this point. And we haven't said push, we've been on balance.
Focus on fuel from now, please.
Yeah, go.
I didn't do anything. Did I accidentally press something there? Ocon's pitted. Okay. This is interesting. Did Verstappen pit? Yeah. So Verstappen was on medium and he's pitted onto another set of mediums. The hard guys haven't pitted. I mean, you bet your ass I'm gonna try and, you know, with Norris. I'm gonna try and keep these tires, man. We'll go into standard. I'm not gonna worry about fuel for now because I feel like that's gonna... I feel like I'm noticing it, but, you know, we'll ignore that for now. We're gonna try and do a 2-stop strategy, but I can't do 2 hards, right? I think I've messed up my own strategy here. Because I can't do 2 hards. Pit options. See, this is what's annoying me. This is what I'm on. So I only had one set for the race? I'm so confused. So we'll put him onto mediums.
Box now.
Yeah, confirm. Happy to box at the end.
Yeah, if I had 2 sets of hards, I would have done that, but we don't. So we're gonna go mediums. Yeah, I definitely messed up my own strategy. I was supposed to go and then go on to the softs, right? But now the softs are gonna be... We can still pit when I said I was gonna pit for the softs. It's fine. Alright, where is... Let me just pause it. So Russell... I think I could pit Russell too. I think I could pit both of them.
Box this lap.
So Russell's in the pit.
Yes, box.
Now I'm in the pit. Russell, come on, don't mess up this timing. There he is. And he's out! Perfect. Alright. Alright, we're both out, and we're staying in first and second. No, Hamilton, take that back. Hamilton has just passed Norris. Which is fine. We should be able to catch up now. We should be able to catch up now. Okay, Russell... See, Russell, it almost looks like he's going to make it to the end on this hard tyre. It's a possibility he could do a one-stop. So we'll watch that carefully, because I don't want the end of the race to him being like the other teams have in the past, where they're scraping on like 17% tyre. But for us right here, I mean, we could go to the end too. I mean, we're at plan right now. We're at plan, right? We pitted basically when just after we said we were going to. So this little maneuver here should go up. So it should be. There's a possibility we could do a one stop. That's all I'm saying. Because our tires are much in a better position. So I should have you actually on standard to try and hold out. Even though yours is going to be even more difficult because I pitted you early. But then Norris needs to catch up to Mercedes, which we are doing. We need to get in striking zone though. If I can catch up to Mercedes, we can keep him behind. So at least one of our drivers will be, you know, a nice clear stretch ahead. Russell's got full ERS. Norris has got about half. I'm not going to use it to overtake here unless I find out that it's difficult. But you can see that behind me is 6 seconds. These are huge gaps. And Verstappen, he's slowly catching up. But he's not exactly doing anything tremendous. It seems like him and Alonso were fighting quite a bit for, you know, 10 laps or so. Fastest lap, I'll take it. We also have DRS. We're not going to pass him here. But we've caught up. That's all we needed. We just needed to catch up. Now the second DRS will be coming up in a couple corners here. I think the second DRS though is more of a catch-up. Because the second DRS is tiny. Like I don't think... So we're going into DRS right now. Let's see. DRS on. Yeah, and that's it. Oh! 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 Never mind. We passed him. Okay, so technically Norris... No, Norris doesn't have ERS. I'm getting the two mixed up. Wait, how's Russell using DRS right now? How is Russell using DRS? Who the hell's that in front that's on fire? Who's that? Williams on fire? That car is 100% on fire. What are they doing? That's not even Williams. That's Albon. Yeah, he's out. I'm trying to think. I could try and get as far ahead as possible so he can't use DRS on me. DRS on me. But I think we're faster than Mercedes anyway. So I'm going to have Norris go standard. I don't mind if these two go back and forth a little bit. We're 6 seconds behind Russell, so I'm not going to hold him back, per se, yet. We're going to try and conserve our tires. Because we're trying to go to the end now. That's the plan. But I do have a suspicious feeling that in order to do what we're doing, we pitted too soon. I mean, technically, let's have a look at this. So this, even though we pitted a lap later, it looks like this is dropping faster than it. Oh, it's going up now. Both of them are, which is good because we need this little. Because I'm pretty sure this line is at 30% wear, right? So this is like 20% wear. We don't want to be in the last couple laps here, as you can see, and just get overtaken. So we need to be really careful. And it looks like because of the track grip, track rubber, the tires may wear faster, I think. So track grip, let's see, high. Lap times go up, chances of incidents go up. But it doesn't say the tires wear faster. Low, normal. Clear skies, yeah, everything's fine. Okay.
Was that a lock-up on the track?
Wasn't us, was it? There's a lock-up, there's no safety car. If a safety car did come, I would consider... No, I wouldn't pit now anyway, that would be stupid. I'm just going to stick to our strategy. I've trusted my gut this whole season when it comes to tire strategies, and that's what we're going to do. Let's go back to this so I can look at Russell. So, yeah, he pitted... I mean, Russell technically pitted 2 laps later. So this should be higher. Right? We're not going to have this super steep. It should be... He should be able to... I think Russell's going to make it. And we also... Oh, no, we did it earlier. Wait. Yeah, we went onto it. I'm so confused. Where did I pit? Is this line? Where's the note? The blue line is where I should have pit, and I don't bloody know. I think this is going up again. I don't know what to tell you. Hamilton is literally... Oh. Like, I turned around for a second and he's like, hello! It's alright, we're coming up to another DRS zone here.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
I'm not worried because Perez is like 13 seconds behind us. So I think me and Hamilton, we can go back and forth here a little bit. I don't want to waste my tires. I'm not going to put them into pace or increase the pace. So we are going for a one stop. Now with the one stop, like I've been saying a million times already, we need to be super careful for the last 2 laps. But that's 28 seconds or 23 seconds we'll gain by not pitting. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the fuel, to be completely honest with you. I've never had this issue before. This is
a good job so far.
This has been the weirdest race. It just has. Like, what's the deal with the fuel? Why is it so... I mean, this one, we're good on this one now. But you can, I've seen it happen. You can literally run out of fuel before the end of the race. And that is not what we want to do. So I'll keep my eye on it. I think we'll be good. But I don't know why Russell's fuel is struggling as much as it is. There hasn't been any patch updates recently. Hamilton, will you bog off? I say that, but I literally just said I don't mind. But yeah, there hasn't been any updates recently. So I can't think that's it. But I've never got that notification during a race before that our fuel's low. And both of them are technically low. Which they shouldn't. We got, 22 laps to go. And this is where it's annoying, because we have 22 laps to go.
Looks like there's been a lockup.
As long as it wasn't us.
Mercedes moved up a place.
It's fine. What did I add here? Position gain. So I need these guys to stay where they are. Technically, Lando needs to come first and Russell needs to come second in order to get that. Because if Lando comes second, we're going to lose that. It needs to be the opposite. So if we do get to the end and it's that close, I'll have them switch. Just so we can get that payout. Because they were first and third, Norris needs to be first and Russell needs to be second.
McLaren
Which
gain a
it
position.
may happen during the next, you know, the next pit stop. I mean, Norris is catching up to Russell a little bit here, which is not something I want. Russell's in first. I'm going to have him conserve a little bit here because it is annoying me that his fuel is going down so much. Because we haven't pushed at all. This DRS train's annoying though, because this is what's making this happen. I think if we get in front, well, next time we get in front of Hamilton,
Position gained from Mercedes.
we'll try and do the keep back thing, right? Hold back the drivers behind. Because right now we're just doing a DRS, like rubber. We're just slowly catching up to Russell by me and freaking Hamilton using DRS on each other. So I'm going to try and get ahead of him. And I mean, Perez is 16 seconds behind. Even if we pitted, would be Gucci. All right, Norris, it's your turn to be the good guy, my friends. Try and hold him back.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
So at this point, there's not really much I can do. Except hope the tires will last. We'll put you back on balance because you've gained up some of that fuel now. Alright, well that hasn't worked. Freaking Hamilton just doesn't want to back off. What's his tires looking like? 62. See, our tires aren't great.
Lock up.
Who locked up? Schumacher? Our tires aren't great. They're not gonna last. We're gonna have to think about our strategy. But, you know, these guys are so far behind. If they pit, you know, there's just no chance. I think we'd pit Norris first, put him on softs for like the last 10 laps. So we need to do 10 more laps. Or maybe not even 10 laps. I don't know. Let's do 10 more laps with Norris. See what's going on. And then we'll go from there. I think Russell, I mean, he can obviously do 10 more laps. Russell may be able to make it. We're not going to write him off just yet. We're going to have to wing it. You just got to hope that we get in front of... Because right now, Hamilton's just annoying. You just got to make sure we get in front of him to get the 1-2 finish. But the fact that we've come this far and spun out is good. It would have been interesting to see where the race would have gone if it was the other... If, you know, we didn't spin out. But we do realistically need it to be a Norris-Russell finish. If you don't know why I'm saying that, so in the sponsors, the position gain right here. So you can see after qualifying, you're able to offer a performance guarantee to your sponsors where you predict how many positions your drivers will climb. So Russell needs to go into second, and Lando needs to stay in first. So we need them to be a 1-2 finish, but the opposite of what they're in right now. Which isn't going to be hard. Hamilton's pitted. So I can catch up right now. Where's Norris? So Norris, I don't want to... You know what, we're going to be changing his tyres. We can say attack. So we'll have Norris catch up to Russell. If we can here. Going to put him on deploy just for a little bit. And then we can have them switch positions. Because we need to do that. Since Hamilton is now 22, like I can pit and still come out ahead. I mean, if Verstappen pits, I mean, these guys are going to be I mean, they're so far behind us. Probably shouldn't have drained the entire thing, but see how it goes. Verstappen's in the pits. Verstappen is going to be so far behind, it's not even funny. Everyone's pitting. Okay, so we need... Alright. Driver. There we go. Norris is back in first. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, go on standard again. Alright, so we're in the right positioning now in order to get our sponsorship payouts. And we have fastest lap, so that's good. So let's see. Let's see from leader. Yeah, Verstappen is 45 seconds behind. I mean, Hamilton's the only one that's even close. I could pit right now and would still come out in like first and third. So, you know, I'm not worried about the pitting. We'll have these two just fight each other here a little bit. No one is going to be able to catch us with that 24 seconds. I mean, here's the thing. We technically, even if we don't pit, we can go around the track so slow. Are they going to be able to catch us in 24 seconds? There goes Russell. They're going to help speed each other up with DRS, so that's why I'm not too worried. But I do think I'll have Russell don't fight teammate soon. Like when we have like 10 laps to go. Because these tires, man, let's have a look again. 65 and 55. They're not going to last 10 laps. They may last 10 laps. But I don't think they will. Why do you have DRS? Do you get DRS on cars that are in 20th place? I don't think you did. Yeah, so I have a decision to make here. We'll keep Russell out. We'll box Norris when there's 10 laps to go. And then he can come out on softs and just go mental. And hopefully catch back up to Russell and overtake him. Because I need it to be a 1-2 finish, but in the opposite direction. That's what needs to happen. It is funny watching these two battle it out, though. I'm glad that they're so close to each other in, like, terms of performance. Obviously, they've got the same car, but they're both really good drivers. It's like, not one of them is so much better than the other. Like, with Ricciardo, man, Ricciardo and Norris, at least in this game, Ricciardo was so much better. He outperformed him so much. Let me go here. Don't fight teammate. Don't fight, I said. Yeah, now see, he's not going to try and pass now. Still use DRS, catch up to me, do all that malarkey, but don't fight. I think as with Russell, I may not pit him. Maybe I'll pit both of them and put them both on softs. What did Hamilton come out on, by the way? Softs. Everyone's on softs. We're the only two that aren't. But we're so far ahead, I can easily, you know, put softs on. Which is what I'll do soon. 2 more laps, and we'll pit Norris. And then maybe a lap after that, we'll pit Russell. Like, what tires do I have available? Let's look at the pit options. Yeah, so I have a brand new set. See, it says 36 laps, but the freaking the thing said it only did like 15 laps. It was so wrong. So wrong. Yeah, the game has a few little bugs. I guess you can't, it's hard to I don't know. This is what, like, so this, was it this? Circuit info, tires. It says medium goes 16 to 23. Right? 16 to 23. And if we look at the pit options on a medium now, it says 49. It's 50 laps. That's like double what the freaking thing's telling you that it's gonna be. So yeah, it's frustrating. Alright, one more lap. Actually, we'll get him ready to pit now. Pit options, soft. Pit this lap. And then we'll have Russell pit in a different lap. That's not rain, is it? No, just clouds. It looks like there's rain on the screen. That's why it has me panicking a little bit. Alright, here comes Norris for his pit stop. He's going to be going in, yeah. Norris is in the pits. How many seconds? More than I thought, 30 seconds. So he's going to come out behind Hamilton. Now he just needs to have a little bit of a catch-up. Oh, no, he's not. Hamilton's right on his buttocks, though. So let's have you go hard, because you can. You can, my friend, you can. Who's that in front that's on fire? Who the bloody hell's that? How are they surviving? With bloody smoke coming out. How is that even a possibility? Is that bloody Gasly again? Oh, Albon? Who the hell is that? And how are they racing on fire? I don't have anything coming out the back, do I? No. What the hell's this guy doing? Alright, Norris. Just be careful of Mercedes. It's worried me a little bit. We're going to have to go on a deploy soon with Norris. Guys, I think Russell can, honestly. I think both of them. Now, Russell probably could finish the race. But we're going to pit him anyway. Just to be on the safe side. He's going to have to push. He's going to be behind Hamilton for sure. But it's fine, because he just needs to take Hamilton, then it'll be a 1-2 finish. That's all we need. Right, let's speed this up. I hate doing this, I've told you guys, but I want to get Russell in the pits. In. Out. Okay. Perfect. So now, Russell. My good sir. Let's go on an attack. You are 2 seconds behind Hamilton. You need to catch up and overtake. I mean, technically we didn't have to do that pit. He would have lasted 6 laps on a 54% tire. Easily.
Focus on fuel from now, please.
What is happening with fuel all of a sudden? Can you imagine if I didn't finish this race because of goddamn fuel? I don't know why our fuel is going down so bad. Let's have him on conserve just for a little bit. But you, I need you to catch up. Like, I need you to go and deploy. Not for too long, though, because I also need you to... Hamilton's got the fastest lap. We need the fastest lap, first and foremost. But second of all, we need you to... Yeah, we just need to catch up. We need a 1-2 finish here. Hamilton's coming for the overtake on that, it looks like. Can you imagine if I completely messed up my entire strategy there? Because we were so far ahead of everyone. Russell got the fastest lap. That's what we needed. Okay, let's go into neutral. No, let's go back and deploy. You're still pretty far off of Hamilton. Alright, the conserving fuel for Norris is going well. Hamilton's dropping quite far behind. He's only got 54% tires, that's why we're at 90 and 81. We're laughing. All the way to the bank. Alright, now you can go in neutral, even though you're literally out. It says I can use DRS. Okay, here it is.
Run wide there?
Here it is. Bottas. I'm sorry, my guy. Okay, DRS. Alright, you got 3 laps to go. Okay, let's not have Hamilton ruin our race here. We need it. It's very precise what we need. It's a 1-2 finish, but it has to be Norris-Russell. Okay? So, Russell, you're going to have to pass. You're going to have to pass. And then once you pass, you have no DRS. You have no ERS, which is very frustrating, because I need you to defend. This isn't good. This isn't good. What is happening with Hamilton right now is not good for us. We don't have that many laps to go. And if he just happens to get ahead of Norris, you know, that's our first position gone. Alright, Russell, you're going to have to go into an overtake here. I cannot... We cannot have this happen. We've only got like 2 laps. Just go! Go, 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 go! Ah, yeah. Get him! Get him! Bloody get him! Ah. Okay. Now you need to defend. You need to be neutral, but you're gonna run out of bloody fuel!
McLaren gain a position!
How does this happen? We've never had fuel problems. Alright, Hamilton's a second behind now. 1 lap to go. Hamilton is a second behind. Russell cannot overtake. Also, Norris cannot run out of fuel. Let's put you on standard.
Lap.
I get that, thank you. Last lap. Okay, Hamilton caught up on DRS there, which was quite annoying because I didn't think he had it. I need you to conserve. We cannot run out of fuel.
And that's the lockup!
Dude, if he ran out of fuel on the last lap, I think I'd just cry. There's a big possibility that he's going to run out of fuel on this lap. I don't know how it's possible. I can't watch. I can't watch. If Norris runs out of fuel on the last corner, he's at 0. Cross the line, please. I beg of you. Cross the line. Cross the line.
That's a checker tag. You can keep pushing if you want to.
Nice, good job.
Okay, mate. Absolutely fantastic job.
Dude, I'm pretty sure. Did you see at the end? I don't want to watch.
Checkered flag.
He's out
That was
of.
very good today.
He's out of fuel.
It's a good afternoon.
That was so
For
close.
the in-lap, can I have ACS off?
He's out of fuel.
H4-1. White H4, position 1.
He's look at him stopped on the track. He's out of fuel. He better not get disqualified because he can't make it back. The race is over. The race is over. He won. Just because he runs out of fuel at the end, that doesn't count, right? That doesn't count. Just please freaking hurry up and get to the end of this race. Like, why is this taking so long? Oh, man.
Lando
That
Norris
was
to be proud.
stressful.
What a fantastic performance from him.
I was terrified at the end. Terrified. He was at 0 fuel.
This is a tremendous podium result. It's joy all around for the team.
Oh my days. Guys, we're starting to push a bit too much here. I've never had that issue happen. Excuse me.
And
Sorry,
after
Lewis,
such a
I love you.
Fabulous drive here today. It's no surprise to see this man land on the podium.
We won again. We had the perfect race. We needed a 1-2 finish and we needed it to be in that order.
The There we see the 3 drivers with the biggest haul of points. And of course, the silverware to boot. A fantastic result for McLaren there.
That's right, they've made some fine strategic decisions here, and it's brilliant to see them pay off.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first.
Guys, when I tell you... I mean, they're good for Verstappen too. I knew it. Oh, we got fastest lap too. Forgot about that. Thank God. We needed. We've got all of our sponsor obligations out of the way. All right, constructors. We're now just smashing it. Right, we're over 100 points ahead. So we could just DNF 2 races in a row. We could just decide we're not going to race 2 races and still win. Well, not win, but still be in first. So, do you get a point? Oh, got a point. We're going to wait and see what he says we need for experience, right? Okay. So, let's have a look here. Look at that. That's a big payout. Obviously, the driver bonuses as well. It's funny, though, because driver bonuses, I'm pretty sure Norris gets 1 million. And... can I look? So in his bonus clause is finished 6th or higher, and his is 5th or higher. But I'm pretty sure his is only 250k, and I'm pretty sure his is 1 million. So we're good with that. But okay, continue. Okay, that's good. All right, guys, let's check our email, and then we need to look at some stuff here because that was terrifying. Memorabilia room is refurbishments complete. Lando now is claiming the checkered flag, finishing ahead of George Russell after qualifying. Okay. Yeah, we're Gucci here. The board watched the race, and we could not be happier that you led the team to victory. Be assured this increases the board confidence. Yeah, I would hope so. Okay, so car 1 needs to work on engine cooling. And he needs to work on defending. Lando needs to work on defending. That's what they keep saying, is Lando needs to work on defending. But he's won every race. So I feel like putting defending on him may be kind of pointless. Like, does he need defending? Adaptability, I feel like, would be better. On wetter tracks. Or reactions. I think adaptability. Yeah, we'll do that. You guys know I love wet. I love the wet tracks. So wait, so Russell didn't get anything? No. His staff, they never tell me, but let's just check. No, and no. One of those contracts is up soon. So what's this? Manufacturing complete suspension. Oh, that's the additional ones that we have. So, let's look at the race. So we managed... I couldn't go and look into detail. I probably clicked the wrong button. But we got all of our race targets. Even the one that we had, the additional one we added. Which I've never noticed that before, and I feel like I've been missing out on that in the earlier races. So make sure if you play this game, you do that. But we got all of them. We got the fastest lap. We did the qualifying. We got the additional one that we added after qualifying. So, and we got the big one from here. So now we've got a new one. So this one will be coming soon. This is a 1 million payout, by the way, on this one. Qualified 10th or higher 4 races in a row. We've done that 3 races. So the next race, we should get this 1 million payout, which will be nice. Finish streak position. So this new one is finished 3 races in a row with at least 1 driver, at least 10th. Can we feel confident about that? I think we can. Have I just made us blurry? Ooh. Why am I so blurry? There we go. Okay. So, I think that's it. I think that's it. That was an incredible race. I had a lot of fun. I honestly can't believe... So the last race, race 4, 5 was it? What was the last race? Race 5, the rainy one. That was a roller coaster of emotions, right? This race was pretty... We got 1st and 3rd in qualifying. It was a pretty easy run. right? We pretty much stayed in first the entirety of the race. But I'll tell you, I was terrified on that last quarter, the last sector of the last lap. Norris's fuel, he was on conserved tires, conserved fuel, but my guy was at zero. And the thing beneath it said he was going to be finishing in the red, 0.2 or something, which means you're going to stop before the finish line. And we made it, and by the skin of our teeth. I cannot believe we almost lost a first place for Norris and the potential of DNFing, you know, 10 feet away from the finish line. So I need to make sure I watch that more because I've never had that issue come up in any other race. I think it must have had something to do with the spin out or something. I don't know. But that could have been awful for us if Norris ran out of fuel there. And I genuinely thought he was going to. Like, if I was a betting man, I honestly, the percentage-wise, I was like 89, 90% sure we were going to run out of fuel there. And we didn't, thank God. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and turn on the little ding-dong notification bell if you want YouTube to notify you when I upload another video. I hope you enjoyed. We're having a great season. The stress of being first is just getting further and further, or worse and worse. Our next race is Monaco. That's the race that you need to be in 1 and 3rd, because overtaking on that track, at least in real life, is almost impossible. So let's see what we have left of this season, right? We have the Monaco Grand Prix, which is just, it's beautiful, yes, but you can't overtake. The streets are so narrow, it's very, you know, it's difficult. But if you're in first, it's a good thing. So hopefully we can qualify him in for a pole position again for Monaco. That would be great. Azerbaijan. So we have Monaco, Azerbaijan, the Canadian. Then we have Silverstone, which you know is going to be raining, so I'm excited for that. Australian Grand Prix, French, Hungarian, Belgian, Dutch, Italian, Singapore, Japanese, Texas, Mexico. Where is this one? Is this... Where is this? Autodrome, Jose Carlos Pace. Sao Paulo, okay. Brazil. Abu Dhabi is the final. So we have quite the ways to go. We're only 5 races in. And we have, you know, 15, 16 to go. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying so far. I think our new rear wing that we added, or was it the suspension, definitely made a difference going into this race. So we need to make sure we're continuing to upgrade our cars here. Because it makes a huge difference, as we know. Our next one will be available, or our next piece will be available, is it here? No, it's here. Here? Okay. Let's research. Design complete for the rear wing. See, that's here. But the new testing starts here. See, this is why I shouldn't put money into things, because I'm still going to have to wait a week. It is technically not a week. It's a week, but there's not a race weekend week, so I don't mind as much, but still. Anyway, I'm rambling now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Bye.